Okay, let's do this. All right. Okay, hi. So while working on this painting, I stumbled across a fundamental principle that I think everyone should know, even people that don't paint. Just kidding, they probably wouldn't care. By the way, this is not finished, so some of the stuff in the middle and behind me you can't see anyways. So with respect for your time, this is supposed to be quick, so I'm just gonna get right to it now. That's the end of my fantastic intro. Okay, so let's go back in time to when I was just blocking in this area before I can demonstrate my color principle. So I thought this would be a really good boring place. Like these sweatpants are kind of like a light beige kind of a color in the warm light, so it makes them a little bit warmer. And a leg is just a cylinder, so what a great place to demonstrate this in something where the local color itself is just kind of plain. Now let's go back even further to my Light Sower Continued painting. The one that was in the thumbnail, so I'm not just talking about something that wasn't in the thumbnail. In this painting, there was a lot of balance that had to be done, like unified colors. The only place where this sort of purplish kind of color appears is in the top like tree line that's now fading out. So if I zoom in closer, you will see how I've snuck some of that into the area of the actual whirlpool water. So these little parts right here, you can see there's like a band of purple that is maybe even a little bit more saturated of a purple than is in the background tree area of this full painting. But from a distance, it's what is called optical mixing, and that helps to make things a little more interesting when you get closer to them. It's not just a flat color. So this is exactly the same principle as if you were working on a sky. Instead of just painting a blue, you can have some green in there, you can have some turquoise and purple and whatever, and as long as it's the same value, it can work. That's the main principle here. So going back to this one now, still finishing up with just putting the last little touches. There's still going to be more done, of course. This painting's not finished, but what if I just try to put some green on a certain spot? So just by holding the brush alone, you can get an idea of what it's going to look like. That would be too dark, that would be too light. Going across this cylinder, which is lit from the top with warm light, and if I just try it in one little spot, oh, that's too dark. Okay, so try it a little further down, that's a little closer. So that already is a dark enough local color, then I'm applying the new color to make a difference, even though it doesn't really look that much different in that area. So customizing it as I go, put a little bit more lighter paint because the green is too dark in value. So just put a little bit, maybe try a little bit up there. That's obviously still way too dark up there. And keep customizing as you go. It's really a game of value, so just trying to see how you can make the value the same while the color is actually different. There you go, just smoothing, perfecting, really light little brush touches. What if I try some yellow? You know, the interesting thing about this principle too is you can almost think about that you're painting something, like if this guy's pants had paint on it. The only difference there too is that would also be affected by the light. So if there was paint on top of his pants, it might be reflecting some of the warm light from above. So that's a kind of a different principle. But they're just trying something lighter. It's like everything is testing as you go, right? So we're just kind of putting a little bit, see what it does, putting a little bit, see what it does. It's like guesswork the whole time, basically. That's getting closer now, so it's blending in. And from a distance, it's still gray sweatpants. That's what really, again, that's the whole principle of this entire video. What if we try purple? There it's a little dark, so you can see it, but if I move it down, then it's already kind of blending in terms of value. It's not really that purple. I mean, the pants almost look kind of purple compared to that too, so you know, try it in another spot. And if you choose the right value in any spot, you can actually fit it in anywhere. There it's closer, it's a little too light, of course, so you can see, and we'll just have to keep adjusting it, keep trying. I think that adjustment was off camera, and make it a little darker. So you can essentially fit any color anywhere as long as it works into the gray scale, the value scale. That's obviously too dark. You know, just imagine like your brightest red, if you want to fit cadmium red right directly from the tube into a painting, then find areas in your painting where the value is supposed to be that, and then you can apply that directly. Otherwise, your red is going to make a certain area darker than you might want it to be, or lighter than you might want it to be. So continuing to move, that's really just kind of looks like a cool spot amongst the warm yellowish kind of a light. And again, just too dark in that little, you can see, like, I don't know, it's just, all this is preference too, right? It's totally subjective. This type of painting is really finicky and small and detailed. I think I'm trying another green. Why don't I try something a little different? I don't know. I'm making like a yellowish, like almost like a battery acid kind of a color, and then see what happens there for a variation. There we go. Yeah, it's kind of like a lime green, and the value's close, but it's a little dark. So that means that I can just go back and adjust it again. And again, this principle is on like a boring part of the painting, way too light there. But the point is that you can do this anywhere. So if you understand a principle in one like cylinder, then you can understand anything in any place. And that's how a lot of great portrait artists will sneak in various colors into a portrait, you know, where it's like maybe not really very greenish, but they're sort of seeing it as that way, and then they can, as long as they get the value, then it's going to work. Okay, so I hope that was just wonderful. I hope you learned something from it, and if you didn't, leave a comment. If you did leave a comment, all these videos that I'm making now are because of encouragement from people that have left comments and likes, and especially people that say, like, you know, you only have 600 subscribers, and I'm, you know, really impressed with the quality of the content. So yeah, I'm really grateful for that, actually, completely. So this is for you. If you've watched this far, that means that I'm taking way too long at this outro. Thanks.